Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This morning, MSN put out the article that you see on the screen. The headline was John F. Kennedy's Assassination. Photo showing Lee Harvey Oswald with gun used to kill former president authentic. So some new research says this photo right here is authentic. You've probably seen it before. The way the article begins is, can the conspiracy theories finally be put to rest? An incriminating photograph which showed Lee Harvey Oswald in his backyard holding the same type of rifle used to assassinate President John F. Kennedy has been confirmed as authentic after an examination using the latest forensic techniques. I mean, what kind of argument is this to put conspiracies to rest? What kills me is people in the mainstream buy up rhetoric like that and then regurgitate that rhetoric. The same people who always use phrases such as tinfoil hat when confronted with legitimate conspiracy explanations. Anyhow, this word up here, authentic, that they emphasized has a simple English gematria of 101, just like the word assassin. JFK was shot from 411 Elm Street, and notice how assassin has Jewish gematria of 411. Also, 2 years earlier in the Andy Griffith Show, 1961, there was an episode about a bootlegging family that operated out of the address 411 Elm Street. Of course, the Kennedys were known for being this bootlegging family. This article came today, ludicrous article. It comes October 20th, which is exactly 33 days before the anniversary date of JFK's assassination. This year will be the 52-year anniversary. And just as a response, I will now put out the best research ever on the history of the JFK assassination. If anyone disagrees that this is about to be the best research ever put out, you show me what's better. So here we go. The name Lee Harvey Oswald reveals a lot. If you're new to my channel, I talk about gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. This is a secret language that has always existed. The English language is built on gematria. It is a secret kept from the mainstream. I reveal it on this video channel and on my written blog that you're looking at now. Anyhow, Lee Harvey Oswald, a very interesting name. Lee has gematria of 22, which connects with Dallas in Pythagorean gematria, where JFK was assassinated. Harvey has gematria of 79, just like the word murder. And Oswald has gematria of 74, just like the word Masonic. JFK was shot in Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason, who died on a date with 74 numerology. We'll get to that. The name Lee Oswald in simple English gematria sums to 96, connecting with the numerology of the date JFK was killed, 11/22/63. The word Freemason has a gematria of 96, and Dealey Plaza is on the 96th meridian. It's also on the 32nd parallel north. The ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry are 31, 32, 33. Add those numbers together, it sums to 96, like the word Freemason. A lot of Freemasons have exposed the fact that Freemasonry is Satanism in disguise. Freemasons pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge. Notice how all of these words have 96 gematria. JFK's brother would die on June 6th, which in history is also Doomsday. I'm talking about Bobby Kennedy. Doomsday has this gematria of 96. There's more connections between the death of JFK and Bobby Kennedy, which we'll get to. The name Lee Harvey Oswald in Pythagorean gematria is also interesting. Lee sums to 13, and as we saw a second ago, 22. Dallas also sums to 13 and 22. The word murder is 34 the small way, 79 the big way, just like Harvey. Oswald has gematria that ties in with the 11s. Notice the name Lee Oswald sums to 33 and 42 with the S exception. The word Freemason in Pythagorean gematria is 42. A lot of 33 connections to JFK's assassination, being killed on 11/22, 11 plus 22, 33. Again, Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. The name Lee Harvey Oswald in Pythagorean gematria sums to 67 and 76 with the S exception. The words satanic and Freemasonry have gematria of 67. It is the Freemasons, the Zionists, the Jesuits who are behind the major assassinations of this nation. Also, other nations, which I've covered in other video posts, but here we're focusing on JFK. Lee Harvey Oswald was born October 18th, 1939, a date with 32 numerology. The word America, the small way, is 32. A date with a life lesson number of 50. America, the big way, is 50. This is one of the most famous assassinations in American history. The date of his birthday also produces a numerology of 86. Words such as symbol, triangle, and pyramid have gematria of 86. Also a date with 67 numerology connecting to the name Lee Harvey Oswald, which very well might have been a false name for a false patsy. The date he was born on, October 18th, is the day that leaves 74 days left in the year. And remember, the name Oswald in simple English gematria sums to 74, just like the word Masonic. Again, Dealey Plaza is named after a Scottish Rite Mason. That phrase has gematria of 74. His name was George Bannerman Dealey. He would die at age 86, born in the year 59. We'll get to why that's so interesting. His name, George Bannerman Dealey, has gematria of 101, just like the word assassin. He was born in the year 59, the kill number in Jewish gematria. The name John F. Kennedy in Pythagorean gematria sums to 59. He was born on this date with interesting numerology. Notice the date he was born on also has this special numerology of 86. Symbol, triangle, pyramid equal 86. He would also die at 86. If you're new to my work, I often show how people's life numbers connect to when they die, when they have celebrity status. Because I think so many of these people in high places are Masons that are even killed by a Masonic code. The date he died on, February 26, 1946, a date with very interesting numerology. The 93 and 74 really sticks out because these are numbers having to do with sacrifice and martyrdom. Jesus and cross have gematria of 74. The word crucifix has gematria of 93. These numbers also connect to occult Satan worship. Saturn has gematria of 93. Lucifer has gematria of 74. Lee Harvey Oswald's birthday is interesting. He's born 35 days before the assassination date. JFK was the 35th president, the only Catholic president, and the word Catholic has Pythagorean gematria of 35. Oswald would be killed 2 days later, supposedly by Jack Ruby, another patsy. The date he died on had 27 numerology, a number connected to death. The word patsy has gematria of 27. From Oswald's story, it said that he defected to the Soviet Union in the year 59. Again, this number is very important to JFK. John F. Kennedy equals 59 in Pythagorean gematria. JFK was the 44th term president, the 35th president. The word kill in Jewish gematria is 59. The word kill in simple English gematria is 44. John F. Kennedy equals 59. He was the 44th term president. Lyndon Johnson was the 45th term president. His parents have some interesting numbers. We will skip through them through the sake of time. I know a lot of you, some numbers are too much. I understand it. In Oswald's story, they say he was a Marine. It could be true. It could be all part of the coding. Marine is another word with 33 gematria. They love to code 33 into hoaxes and false flags. Oswald's agent name, his alias name that he used to acquire the gun, was named A. Hidell, Alec J. Hidell. A. Hidell in gematria equals 33 the small way and 51 the big way, a number connected to conspiracy. The name Alec J. Hidell in Pythagorean gematria sums to 44, just like the word kill. Royal Arch Freemasonry has a gematria of 89, another branch of Freemasonry. The name Alec J. Hidell equals 89. Oswald is also blamed with killing J.D. Tippit on the date Kennedy died. J.D. is an interesting name. Notice that J is the 10th letter, D is the 4th, so 10-4. The name J.D. Tippit in simple English gematria sums to 104, a lot like 10-4. They said this man was a police officer for 11 years in Dallas. These people love their multiples of 11s, the Freemasons. JFK shot on 11/22. So the man who shot Oswald, I think, is also a patsy. I think it's also part of the giant conspiracy joke hoax. They said he was the owner of a strip club, a nightclub. His fake name, Jack Leon Ruby, has gematria of 47 the small way and 137 the big way. 137 is the 33rd prime number. His real name is Jacob Leon Rubenstein, a Jewish name. So often Jewish people love to hide their Jewish names, so they change them to things like Ruby. That Steen would otherwise be a big giveaway. Anyhow, let me show you what's so comical about this guy. They say Ruby was born March 25th, 1911. And they say he died January 3rd, 1967, on the day he was sentenced to death row and given an execution sentence. The day he was born on yields some interesting numbers. The day he died on also has this gematria or numerology of 27, like Oswald, the number connected to Patsy. It should also be noted that the initials JFK have gematria of 27, this number associated with death. They say Jack Ruby died from pulmonary embolism, which in Pythagorean gematria sums to 79, like the word murder, like the name Harvey. The big way, in simple English, it sums to 223, the number for the synagogue of Satan, the false Jews, the Zionist Jews. In Revelation, it says they will rule in the end times. He was a Jew. Here he dies on a date with the number for the false Jews. If you think a little bit, it's not hard to figure out what's going on here. They said his pulmonary embolism led to, or was due to lung cancer. Lung cancer in Pythagorean gematria sums to 44. Remember, cancer, the big way, is 44, just like chemo, just like kill. So often when celebrities die, they love to say that they were ill first. I think so often what happens to these people is they're poisoned with arsenic. Notice that ill has gematria of 33. Arsenic makes people appear ill before they die. Jack Ruby died suddenly after he was told he was on death row the day of. Arsenic has gematria of 33 and is the 33rd element on the periodic table. It's been used all through history to kill people. They say Jack Ruby was the owner of a nightclub. Nightclub has gematria of 42 like Freemason. Strip club, sometimes also described that way, has gematria of 39. 39 and 42 share a relationship in gematria. When they're written out as words, they both sum to 142. Special numbers. Nightclub, the big way is 96. Yet another 96 with all this 96 coding in the event, what we began with. It was the Warren Commission who put out all these findings, and the Warren Commission was known as, if you can make this out, the President's Commission on the Assassination of President Kennedy, which has gematria of 722. This is a special number. When you divide 22 by 7, you get pi, the number for cycles and circles. They say in history that Lincoln died at 7:22 a.m. The first presidential assassination and the last one, both connected to 7:22. What do you know? There was a whole lot of 223 and the death of Lincoln. I have videos on his assassination, also by the numbers, Truth Seeker, because this entire nation's history is by the numbers. Why? Because it is a Freemason, Jesuit, synagogue of Satan creation. The Warren Commission was established November 29th, 1963 by President Lyndon Johnson, the 36th president.